Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the BroPod. I'm your host, Lucas, as always, and today I'm joined by three very special guests of the PAPADOME crew. Very nice to have you guys.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Have you start by introducing yourselves?
I'm Finnegan McKelvey. I am the lead director of the film and the writer, part of the writing crew, I guess.
Yeah, big role.
Big role.
We have with us today, along with Finn.
I'm Kyle. I'm the main role. I'm Gabe.
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 You look like a Gabe. Did you know that?
People did not like that name.
No?
No.
I don't like that name either.
Why would you
but
name
it looks
it
good
that?
with it looks good
Why
with
would
Kyle.
you name it Gabe?
I thought Gabe was cool. I didn't know people were gonna hate on it.
Okay.
And we have
Well, my name is Maya, and I do a bunch of stuff, but mostly I worked on some of the props for the film.
nice. Like you did all sorts of like little background details.
Yeah, some of that stuff, for
Cool.
sure.
Very crafty, very artsy. We go to an art school, so tons
No,
of talent
you
like
kind of
that.
have to. I mean, it's like, you know.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. It's like part of the, I guess, like advantage of making a film like this at the school we go to is like how artistic people actually are.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. It's insane. Like, it's an understatement to say that you just worked on it. Like, you saved half of this like film. Like, being able, like, so for example, like what she did was she was able to turn remote control cars into exact, like, looking exactly like the real cars.
I saw
that we
those
use.
models in class and I was like, that's this car. Like in Ant-Man, you know, like when they would take the shrunken little cars and like they would resize, that's exactly what that looked like. Those cars
It's
looked
crazy. It's so
on
similar.
point. I was
Thank
very
you.
impressed in class. I'm like,
It's
that's
crazy because,
nice.
like, I almost didn't volunteer for doing that because other people had already, like, kind of volunteered, and I was already doing some other stuff, so I was like, okay, fine, I'll give it a shot. And then I ended up just kind of taking the whole thing over and
Yeah.
doing it myself.
Take some action, you end up leading the whole project. That's just how that goes.
It was worth it, dude.
It
It
was-
was so good.
It was a really calming experience, actually, just getting to sit in class, listen to music, and paint, and it was
Oh,
nice.
yeah. And for a finished project for a bigger cause,
Mhm.
Yeah.
that's worth
yeah.
a lot also.
No, exactly. I mean, and it's even like, it's like I said, like the fact that everyone's so into the arts, like it's so helpful at this school. Like you could ask anyone to just like, hey, can you jump into this role really quick, and they'll do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, anyone.
Like I remember, like when the whole school, everyone that was dressed up as Mad Max came from background.
Yeah.
Everyone was in
No,
character.
yeah.
That was very impressive.
Just pulled it out. It was insane. It's crazy.
Big element of community right there.
No, yeah.
So tell me a little bit more about like how everybody has their own role and how it all cooperates, because I know this is a big set. This is
Oh,
a
yeah.
real big set, and especially for such a small school,
Absolutely.
it's impressive. And so
Yeah.
tell me a little more about that.
No, I mean, like, the set, well, in general, we kind of, at the start, our biggest issue with, like, choosing what we wanted to make as a film this year was how can we do it? Like, what can we do at the school, you know?
Yeah.
And so I was like, why don't we just make Mad Max at a school? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, the main purpose of it is, like, a repurposed school, almost.
Yeah, we had to talk a lot about. We have like a bunch of middle schoolers, and we had to try to find a way to fit all of them in, to, you know, so they could be included, and they ended up being the War Boys.
No, I mean, except for Kyle over here. Like, Kyle, like, I knew the second we were like, we need, I don't even know how to describe it. We need, like, a main character, like, the little brother main character. Like, I knew,
Yeah.
like, I was like, all right, Kyle. I was like, Kyle's got
As
this.
you
like,
can see, look at this comparison right here.
No, I mean,
Finn and
that's what
Kyle.
everyone was. It's like the same haircut, same everything, same neck. Sorry, it's not. It's a general thing. Something that we got in common. I don't know.
So Kyle, how do you feel about taking a lead role in such a big production and at such a small school?
I mean, I think it's pretty exciting because, like, last year I was just a sixth grader, so it's, like, kind of big role.
This is big sixth grader status.
Yes, sir.
Other
Yes,
sixth
sir.
graders, you don't see other sixth graders just being out here like, I'm lead of this film, bro.
Lead actor. Yes, sir. No, and I mean there are so many great people in this film. Like the whole cast is so diverse and so well put together, I think. And obviously, like, I can't take all the credit for that because, like, everyone's really, like, worked hard on the cast. Like, we all, you know, especially
it's-
choosing, like, Monica. Like, that was.
Oh yeah, it's wild because I kind of joined the school a little later, and I joined film a little later. And when we started this film, I looked around at all, like, the main cast and, like, you, the director, and all of this, and I was like, this is kind of like the star crew, isn't it? Like, this is like all of the best filmmakers at the head of this. And I was like, I kind of got to get in there.
Oh yeah. When you see a big group of like noticeable talent forming, jump in on them.
No, yeah.
Tons of experience. So, you chose Mad Max as your creative, or yeah, I can't say. I can say that.
No, yeah, you can say Mad Max. I think we're good.
So where did that come from? Where, like, you just like, hey, this is Mad Max, or did you have some sort of like drive towards it?
Well, I obviously got to give credit where credit's due. Aiden actually came up to me. I don't remember. I think it was on the first day. We went and we talked to Miss Hudson, and we were like, hey, do you think we could do like a gladiator, or not the gladiator? I wanted to do a Western. Aiden wanted to do Mad Max. We decided, like, cool, let's go together. We'll ask her if we can do Mad Max.
Western.
Yeah, like the post-apocalyptic, you know? And so she said she wanted to do some sort of like a gladiator, so we kind of combined all three of them, and just came out with this, you know, this crazy idea.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been weird. It's been weird to do Mad Max.
Is there any sort of like inspiration that you guys draw from? Any other films that, obviously not just the Mad Max films, but like other things that you can see things and just start to incorporate certain elements?
Absolutely. I mean, George Miller, the director of the Mad Max films, that's one person that I really looked up to when doing this project. That's someone that I watched Babe 2, Happy Feet, all the above, you know? Like, I even went down to like Lorenzo's Oil, like, to, you know? So,
classics.
Like, I took a lot of inspiration from him to really recreate something he's made before, so.
Alright, sick. Well,
no, I was gonna say, even following like that idea, like, it was super helpful to ask anyone in the class and be like, hey, do you know how to do Warboy makeup? Like, could you figure this out? Like, would you be able to figure this out? And like, Robin, like the lead head of makeup, was so impressive with this. Like, just like being able to do all the scars. And there's a scene with him, like, it was insane. Like, the little scar on him like looks so real. And even the War Boys, like, the way we figured that out, it's amazing. It's, like, super incredible.
And it's also crazy the speed at which they have to do it, because sometimes we have only an hour, or a 55-minute class period to try to get the whole thing done, into makeup and props and all of that. And they had to move quick, and it gets done really well.
That's good. You guys are efficient with what you're doing, because you're getting it done, you're making it look good at the same time, that's a big skill.
Yeah, and I mean, even like the whole idea of, hey, can you do makeup today? Today? Like, yeah, just figure it out as you go, you know what I'm saying? Like, I remember when I got the white makeup first put on me, I was like, there's no way I'm getting this off. I cannot get this off. And we have a video of, what's his face, Marley, and we asked him, we were like, hey, Marley, and Marley plays one of the other main characters. He's super amazing. I was like, hey, Marley, could you record you, like, getting the white paint off? And we were hosing him down.
I saw.
Like, we had a hose. It was crazy. It was not coming off.
That stuff gets everywhere. I still have white paint on my shoes because of.
Well, you'll have the memory.
It's gonna stick with me, yeah.
Kyle, did you get white paint, or did you just get little scars?
I got like a scar on my hand. That's really it.
Was it?
But you have like a wardrobe that you had to put together too, right?
Yeah, I had like goggles and like just normal like shirt and pants, but that's really it. It was kind of a basic outfit, just like brown pants, green shirt.
Oh, I mean, and you were even wearing like the leather pants, right? Like the real leather. Yeah, dude. That was a crazy fit. It was obviously the costumes were phenomenal. They were all done by Emily.
Oh yeah, those costumes are great.
Like, Emily, I remember going up to her on the first day, and the first thing she said was like, Finn, how could you do this? Like, why? Like, that's because I was like, listen, and still to this day she says she hates me for it, but I'm like, hey, like, listen, like, you're killing it. Like, these costumes are like, they're no joke. They're really, really good.
Impressive.
Like, they're real out of Mad Max.
Yeah, and so speaking of real, we're not just using RC little racer cars to drive around to film car scenes, because we're all not obviously of the age,
Of course,
to drive. We got cars on set, didn't we?
Yeah, well, we had a few real cars. We had, on the first day of filming, we had 2 real cars. We had a Camino and a Regal, and which we conveniently bought one of the cars because, you know, that's how we do. But so we had the cars that day, and we just filmed all the stationary shots. We even had Santi and Kenny. They were under the car, and they were moving it. They were pushing the car from under.
A little bit of practical effects.
Yeah.
Right.
So we had to be super, super careful. But Yeah, for the first day we just had those cars, and then the race cars that Maya painted. And those are phenomenal. So good.
It was so funny when we bought the car, because we had just spent the entire day filming with these cars, and then we were cleaning up, we were putting our stuff away, and Miss Hudson just walked in and went, "I think I just bought a car."
Yeah, I was. I was out there. She walked out there because I was taking some stuff out of the car, because all of film helps all of film, any class.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
And Israel and I, one of our broadcast crewmates, we were taking stuff out, and we were like, okay. And the guys that owned the car then, they were like, yeah, where's your guys' teacher at? And we were like, we don't know. And then, oh, she's coming over. And then she's over there with her wallet. She's like,
no.
And then she's like, so how much? And then they were like, how much do you want? And she was like, 500 or 400. And they were like, no, 500. And she was like,
that's crazy. That's crazy.
And then the deal done and made just like
just
that.
Right then and there. My
Yeah.
God.
The level of commitment that this film crew has is just top tier.
I mean, I also gotta say, like, one of our biggest challenges for this film was, okay, we don't have that long to film. We're still at school, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we really had to, like, figure out, like, how we can evolve this story and, like, change it as we go. So buying that car was actually one of, like, the most beneficial things we could have done, because it's actually helped us so much throughout this film, and it's really become, like, a key part of it.
Yeah.
It's like one of our main stations of filming.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because you can't go always just rent the cars, have them come on campus all the time. Way too much time out of the day, right?
No, yeah. And I don't know, even like, it was sort of like this idea of like, we need something that the war boys do to become a war boy.
Mm.
And so this car was sort of the idea of like, okay, like that's it.
That's
and
the key driving point. Driving.
I get that one.
Yes.
Yikes.
Okay, so tell me about the actors, all the characters that people
Yes.
play, all the different roles that are involved in one big story, and how people like they come up with these characters. Because I know Mad Max is just some crazy world where a bunch of crazy people just trying to survive in the society that's made. But how is the PAPADOME society?
Well, it mostly came from the writers. It was a lot of just like, all the writers met up one day at lunch, and we came up with the characters, what each character is going to do, and how they're going to play the role in the story. And certain characters kind of just got added to the story like as we went, especially Aiden. Aiden added quite a few characters and quite a few scenes, quite a few interesting scenes.
Yeah, I think Aiden was kind of like the wild card that we all needed to keep track of. It was like, I don't know, he added cool stuff, but wild card.
It would be like, okay, so I'd open the script and I'd be like, okay, cool, Aiden edited. So that's what he'd tell me, and I'd be like, all right, he cooked, you know? And usually, Aiden does cook. It's not that his scenes are so good. Like, he has the right, like, mindset and everything, and, like, it makes a lot of sense. But towards the end of the scene, it'll be just like, and then the kid gets his hand cut off, and then his head gets cut off, and then his dead body gets thrown across the room, and everyone in the class is like...
Everyone in the class is just noticing, they're like,
yeah.
are you okay?
When he read it out loud, I just looked around to see all the faces, and they all was like pearl clutching.
Pearl.
Oh my god.
But no, I love Aiden. Aiden did so good on the script. He's genuinely one of the reasons why this film is so good. And even as an actor, like, even as one of the characters, him and Mo, they sell it so well. They play some of the best villains I've ever seen. Like, it's really, really, really good.
Yeah, I hear when I was on set with you guys one time, I was listening to them do their voice, their little evil overlord voice.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, that must hurt. I don't know how you can do that for so long.
Well, they have like a voice effect.
They do.
Yeah,
on their
that box
masks.
too?
Yeah.
They do.
And I was like, okay, cool. I noticed that. But then when they took it off and we were packing up, they were still doing it. I was like, these guys are still in character. I was like, you guys need to drink some water or something. Your voice is going to like break.
But they did. They were at the bamboo. Aiden comes up. So we get done with like the biggest fight scene, and at the bamboo we just had a bunch of war boys fighting each other just for like whatever. And during one of the fight scenes, Aiden just stops talking out of nowhere, and I was like, oh shoot, I think he lost his voice. And then Mo kept finishing, like he finished talking, and Aiden comes up to us at the end and goes, I threw up. And he takes off his mask. Dude, I felt so bad because like those voices are real. Like he was really going for it that night. Like it's crazy. It's insane. I don't know. They really, really get in character.
Bamboo was a crazy night.
That
It was a lot.
Your fight scene, oh my god. we were trying to figure out people we needed to fight, and
Okay.
Maya was like, yeah, like I'll do it.
Like
Absolutely.
in the middle of it, I was like, I want to try to fight
Yeah.
someone.
No, yeah.
Mine's like, I want to beat everyone in this room right now.
Oh,
Bring me
yeah.
up.
Yeah, and we put it together so well. Like the way you put that fight scene together so quickly. Like while we were all doing things, like it was insane. It was so well.
Yeah,
so
it was
well
kind of
done.
hard to coordinate because Akira, the person I fought, had like this mouth, like his mouth was sewn shut with makeup because his character has that,
Oh.
and so he was just like pointing at me and like I punch.
He did. I remember seeing that. Yeah, I was looking over there. I was like talking to Mo and Aiden, and I looked over. I was like, I wonder if I should go help them. And I would just see Akira go. And then I'd be like, okay, cool. They're figuring it out.
He's got
They
it.
got this. They got this.
Kyle, did you fight a bamboo?
I didn't. I did watch it though. It's really. I watched your scene. It's really
Oh
funny.
wait, really?
You did have a fight scene though, right? You had that one.
No, Marley was my stunt double because I can't do a front
right.
flip.
That's
Yeah, and that's another thing. We have stunt doubles. Student stunt
the
doubles?
stunt doubles.
That's crazy.
Stunt
I never
doubles.
heard of such a thing until we just got like Ben and Marley
Oh my
doing
God.
acrobatic flips and stuff.
Ben.
Yeah.
There's a clip where right before I told Ben, I was like, hey, you need to do a backflip for this. And we were recording, and right as they introduce him, he just does a backflip. He just did it right then and there. I was like, all right, there's the
Yeah.
backflip.
Yeah, I was there, and I remember like I was in 7th period, and I was just watching you guys just practice, and I just kept seeing him do like some random backflip every time. He would throw a punch and just do a backflip. I was like, okay, I got it. You can do some backflips, okay.
Yeah.
It's crazy because he's wearing a wig because he's the stunt double for Monica's character.
Yeah.
So he has this like they had to like hand paint with like gold eyeshadow or something.
Something like that.
The wig, and then he had to wear it and do all these flips and punches, and it's crazy that it all worked out really well.
No, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see that. I'm excited to see what that looks like on film.
No, and Nick, dude, as
The
he
big-
plays
the
he plays
gorilla
Monkey
dude.
Man, yeah.
Monkey Man.
Y'all will see. Monkey Man is insane. It was made up by Mosiah. Mosiah made that name up. We didn't have a name for the character, and right at Bamboo, I was like, you need to introduce him. Like, I can't tell you what to do, but like, you just gotta introduce him.
Just make it up.
And he did. Mosiah gave him like the coolest title ever, like the coolest intro of all time.
Mm-hmm.
It was so funny.
I'm excited to see this, guys. Are you excited to see your product? Like this
Absolutely.
is your baby,
Yeah.
bro.
Absolutely.
This is like from what I've heard, off of Higher Guides with Miss Hudson. This is one of your many films,
Oh, yeah.
and at such a young age, dude, you're barely out of high school right now. Like you're still in high school, and you're making crazy, impressive. Everyone's busy doing something big films. Like this
Thank
is
you. Thank
really big and really noticeable.
Yeah.
And it deserves a lot of say.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a lot of just like, it came from when Miss Hudson came up to me on the first day, and I just told her the idea, and she was like, hey, do you want to direct it? And I remember that just being like the whole, everything, like,
She's
all
like,
of it, the whole film.
Directed just like.
It's just like me in charge. That's what we're talking about, right? Like that's what you mean. So yeah, no, I'm always love to direct, and I love to make films. So
Hey, I'm expecting to see you, bro. I want to go like watch a movie one day and like Finnegan. And I go home and I'll be like, I'm digging through my yearbooks. I'm like, I know this dude. What the yo?
yes, sir. Well, that's the plan. And I mean, even like just choosing like having the vision for this film. Like when I was told like I was gonna direct it, and I realized I needed to do that.
Yeah.
Like I immediately knew what I wanted and like who I wanted in it. And like like I said, like Kyle being in it was like a must. Like I was like, I know that I need this.
Need
Like
Kyle.
because there's a scene where he I'm not trying to spoil anything, but he does have a fight scene in there with a war boy, and it's so it was so cool to just see you naturally get out there and do it, and just naturally put that on and get to, I don't know, it's super impressive, and it's really cool to just keep finding more people to work with.
Yeah, I was so impressed when we filmed that first day, and it was the scene with you and Monica in the car chase, and you
Mhm.
just
Oh,
got
yeah.
into it, and you had your goggles,
Yeah.
and I was like, yeah, this is gonna go good. Like, you know what you're doing.
So
Yeah.
Kyle, tell me, young blood. Did you act before this? Did you want to act before this? Did you expect it to be out of our crazy school?
So I've done a little like theaters group, so I have like a little like acting experience, but this is like a combat, and I've never done anything like that. So that also I did not think I was gonna do it at this school.
Yeah, there are plenty of things at Papa that just gets pulled out of like absolutely nowhere. It's like some random people that I didn't even know were in bands are in bands. People that like bands I didn't know exist, and like talents will just like appear.
They just appear, dude. It's insane. And even like, I don't know, like I know this is sort of related to the film, but just the music, the people at that school who I've consistently been able to just turn to and be like, hey, can you make music for my film? Like, it's insane. And I'm so grateful for those people too, because they always do the most and they always do so good with it. Like, it's crazy. It's incredible.
Yeah.
It's so funny because like people who have been Papa lifers, I don't think they know how crazy this school really is. But it's like the fact that you can just call all of the film students to just film a scene,
Yeah.
like that's so cool.
Dude, I was in the middle of a test in second period for social studies, and they're like, we need film, and all.
Damn, all right, cool. I'm out. It's like, all right, bet.
Like, it's not my fault, guys.
No.
I know. I looked at my teacher and I went, and I logged out. And then we were out there filming. That was fun. Much rather be out there.
And
Yeah,
we're
Sometimes.
so close to being done with
So
it.
close. When are you showing it?
Well, we are going to show it. We're going to show it on the 4th of December at the South Broadway Cultural Center.
Sweet.
Yeah.
You heard that?
Yeah, it's going to be a Wednesday night, so, make sure that's an important thing to know.
Hey, if you're gonna go to the Vision hip hop classes, maybe you should just like go watch this and then go to class.
They're right by each other, guys. I mean, Vision's not too far from South Broadway Cultural Center.
See? Look at that.
Trust. They're both
Wow.
on Broadway.
No excuses.
Right there. If you guys
No.
know your streets,
I don't want to hear it.
type. Yeah, none. I'm just kidding. You don't have to see it. But you should, because it's going to be good, right?
Guys, this isn't a guilt trip.
This is not a guilt trip. This is not a guilt trip.
It's a little bit of a guilt trip.
It's like
But,
Ooh.
but that's always how it feels. Like to try to get people to come see your movie is always that's a big part of it. That's a big interesting part of it. So there will be another trailer coming. Trust. There's gonna be a poster.
Okay, when was the first trailer? Where is that? Is it?
It should be on the broadcast. Hypothetically,
Oh, okay.
that's what it should be.
Okay.
If it's not there, then it will be. But 2 trailers, guys. Don't worry. Trust.
I'm excited
Yes,
to see.
yes.
I'm really excited to see.
2 trailers, and then I mean, this is definitely one of my favorite films I've worked on. It's
Nice.
so funny, and like Marley as Minz, he kills that. Monica as Max, she really just kind of stepped into those shoes and really, she pulled that off. It's really nice, and yeah, just one more day of filming, it's done. So
Just like that.
it's gonna be done. One more day.
It feels like we just started.
It does.
I
It does.
know, because in October 18th, was that the very first day you guys filmed something? No, I'm sorry,
No,
no.
it
When was the
was-
car thing? The actual car thing?
I think it was the 4th of October. I think that was our first day.
Yeah,
That was-
imagine.
Yeah.
So-
it was either that or the very end of September.
It's been about like, what, 2 months?
2 months.
Practically 2 months.
No, dude, we're in the middle of October. Miss Hudson goes, hey, have you, like, started editing at all? And I was like, oh, a little bit. Like, I did a couple edits. And then she goes, so we booked it out for December 4th. I was... December 4th? Pause. What? Like, so, that was a huge surprise. But, it's going to be good. It's going to be done.
Yeah, that's a okay. Like I said earlier, director, actor, behind the scenes of a ton of stuff, big technical production.
Big technical part of it.
What's
Huge technical part
it
of it.
been like? What's life like on the inside of a film?
I mean, it was very stressful for that first week of writing the script because I would go to class and then respectfully not do my work and just write because I was like, shit, or crap, I got to get this thing done. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need to get this done.
We do our work
Yeah.
respectively.
We do our work.
Finn, we were like, our class period was reading over the script, and we got to the end part, and we just saw you adding words actively while we were reading it as a class.
Yeah.
We just went, guys, give Finn a minute, he's cooking.
You know what I mean?
Well,
No.
his brain, like, dude, when I'm like writing a song, I just brain dump and then I just sort it out later.
Yeah.
And that sometimes is like the best quality like stuff.
No, that's what
it
it
ends
is,
up looking
dude.
good.
Absolutely.
Being good.
Like, I literally for that script just would. So I watched the Mad Max movies, and then I came to school, and then I would write, and then I'd go home and watch another one, and then I'd write. But one of the biggest scenes was I had to put together how the film ends. Like I really had to get in there because we wrote the entire thing, filmed what we did, and then I was like, okay, now I need to write an ending.
Yeah.
So like writing that ending was super dangerous and super, you know. I don't know why I said dangerous, but it was a lot. It was super interesting. It was super fun. So yeah.
Cool.
It probably felt dangerous. You probably felt like there's a lot on the line.
I was like, dude, I can't like type. Like I had a scene where someone like falls over and then you get run over, but I was like, I can't put that in there. Like who's gonna say yes to that?
Yeah, originally there was like the hand cutting off scene was in there, and Robin turned to me and was like, we are not going to be able to do that.
We are not.
We do not have the budget for that special effect.
No, dude. Oh my god. Like I said, like Emily coming up to me every now and then, like when we first read through the script, she saw all the props that we were gonna need, and I just remember her face was so like, she was so mad. She was so disappointed in me. But no, I mean, even Santi, he stepped into the role of props, and he's been killing it. All the boomsticks, everyone working together on the boomsticks, that was super
cool.
impressive. Yeah.
Those came out good.
The boomsticks were really nice. I liked Miss Hudson. She like cut out paper and like made it look like it was on fire.
Yeah,
really
I saw that one.
Yeah,
that was my favorite one. That's the one I used a bamboo.
Cool. Kyle, what do you have to say about your experiences?
I mean, most of like the behind scenes is just fixing makeup when like something gets messed up. And
Do you read the script, like, or does someone just tell you what to do and so?
well, the first day when I did the car scene with my sister, you gave me a script, but like I was barely reading it, but I was like kind of reading. It was and then
You're skimming it. Getting a feel.
I've kind of just done that the whole time, but you shared it with me, and so I've kind of looked over it at home.
And how did you get cast? I actually wasn't there when you got casted, so how did that happen?
So I think we were watching a movie, and then Miss Hudson just told me to like meet Finn, like for the first time, and you were like, "Can you be in my film?" And I just said sure.
No, dude.
That's basically how.
When duty calls, you do not question. Because I remember I was just sitting there, and I remember Kyle was just in his own world doing his own thing, and Miss Hudson walks over, she's like, "Come here." And then Kyle was like, and she's like, "Meet Finn," and he was like, "I need you to be in my film." And I was like, it's just like that. It's natural. Finn knows what he wants. Finn knows what he needs. Kyle had the goods.
Yeah, no, she told me, and I went up to bro, and I remember I went straight to it. I was like, Kyle, listen, man, I need you in this movie. I need you, bro. I need a little brother. And you kind of gave me the look of like, what are you asking right now? Because I was so like, I was all over the place. But when I really did figure out like what I was at, like when we got like down to it, and I told him like this is the role and everything, like you were ready. Like you were like, hell yeah, like I'm gonna take this on, you know? So it was really impressive. And you did it too. You did, you know? You really took that role on.
Kyle's just a soldier like that, because for broadcast, we'll give him like questionable skits to do that are just like that make people uncomfortable to do, and he'll be out here and be like, spook, spunk, and sparkle, just doing it just because he can.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's crazy. It's natural. It's natural acting. It's really cool. It's really cool to see.
And well, it's been such a great experience having all of you here today. I really appreciate you guys coming. All of you guys coming in today. Great podcast.
Great podcast, guys.
Lots to talk about.
No, thank you for having me, dude. Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
I want to speak on that.
Lots that I've learned just being around.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thanks
Okay,
for watching
gang.
the BroPod, and go watch PAPADOME.
See it December 4th at the South Broadway Cultural Center. There are no tickets that I know of. I was asked this question twice today and still haven't got an answer, but go see it.